We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Waiting.
Max 50. Watch the run.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. This will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 30. Five.
Go.
Gain of 15 yards. That's another Eagles first down.
There we go.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
See what you got. Switch.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
That's why you fly.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go again.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Back at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. 120. That's it.
Mike 50. So we got man.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He wants it all for the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. The 40. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 67 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 28 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
You're looking there, the defensive back is maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Wentz. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And here's a good way to kick off the drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean.
And the pressure gets to him again. Derek Barnett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. 25 yards on the touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Yeah, baby.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Running with Howard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
So that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Wide motion. Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Rodgers now on first down. Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox dropping him for the second straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on third down.
Hey, take 26.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox, his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Throwing now is Wentz. And it is incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory now. We'll see what transpires. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Vinny Curry, the defensive end, got there off the edge. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
26.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go with Howard to begin the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Man open left side. It's his running back with it. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50.
Hey, Echo.
Check. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Wentz to throw. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 24 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Waiting.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that.
To throw is Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Go.
50 right to Mike, boy. Get Mike. Here we go. Check 52. Yeah, live. Right here, guys. Fight.
Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting.
50. Hey, check.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. The big fella. He's at the 40. The 20. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3.